Here with quarterback coach Scott Kirchoff. Scott, an exciting 2012 season just got finished in the fall. You come into the spring where you have an opportunity to continue that momentum here at spring practices, 3 weeks. And tell me, what can you continue to do here now as you get into an exciting time leading into the 2013 season?
Yeah, I think the purpose or the momentum that we can carry into spring practice, it all has to do with fundamental work. And so building the momentum, we had a strong core coming back for next fall, and so building off of our strengths as coaches, evaluating, okay, this is where we're at and how can we get better, especially in the fundamentals of the game. I think that's where the momentum can carry into fall. It's not necessarily about we're not competing with anyone or preparing to play anyone, but rather we're just preparing our guys to compete, but then on top of that, learn fundamentals, get better in kind of their own skills. So for us as quarterbacks, that's one of the keys to spring ball, for sure.
Absolutely. You talked about the quarterbacks and some of your purposes coming into the spring. Talk about the depth that you have at the quarterback position. Certainly you return starting quarterback Eric Peterson, but there's a number of quarterbacks that have been a big asset throughout the season.
Absolutely. So at the quarterback position, at this point we have 3 quarterbacks that are currently here at Bethel. We're bringing in a few additional that are going to be freshmen in the fall. But I would say in the 9 years that I've been coaching here at Bethel, relationship-wise, this is one of the strongest groups together. And so the relationships really, the way that it functions, they really sharpen each other throughout practice. But then on top of that, Eric is our starter, but Tom really supports him as a backup. Same thing with Bryce. And so what ends up happening with the combination, they each have a specific skill that they bring to the plate. Eric's a stud. There's no question we're excited for Eric, and I think his progression had carried throughout the season. Towards the end, he was a phenomenal quarterback, and I think that's going to carry into next fall and beyond. But as far as the guys behind Eric, it's all about sharpening each other, getting better together as a group. And like I was saying, each one has his own strength. Tommy is a really solid backup, understands the game, understands our schemes, and we would feel confident of him coming into a game and being able to execute. Same thing with Bryce. Bryce has a great arm, and he's able to execute as well. Just continuing to build him, and consistency and everything else is a key there. So.
Absolutely. Well, that's a very exciting. You talked about earlier the fundamental part of this opportunity of 3 weeks of practices. You as coaches, what are you putting into this exercise of 3 practices a week here, and what are you hoping to take out of it once you're done?
Absolutely. There is a lot of preparation. We've been meeting for several weeks now as coaches, offensively I'm speaking. And what ends up happening is we want to implement certain things that we didn't do in the fall just to see how they would work. And then if we like it and it's effective and guys like it and it seems to fit our personality and our strengths, then we can carry that into fall and still be able to execute it well. But beyond that, like I was saying, is fundamentally is where we really want to focus, kind of hammer in the fundamentals, and then it's just an opportunity to be together again, execute as an entire offense, especially kind of looking at where our strengths are. We have a lot of veterans coming back in key positions, especially in the skill positions. It's up front where we lose a couple guys, and so it's always good to have a spring practices where guys can get comfortable in the position at the O-line. And there, I think, more than any other position, it's all about relationship and how they work together as a team and as a group. And so the more we can build that in spring, the more it carries over into the fall. So.
Well, we're super excited, Coach. Thanks a lot for the time, and we'll look forward to seeing what these 3 weeks have to offer.
Absolutely. Me too.